Good morning, students. Today we are going to start very basic chapter of economics, which contain introduction, meaning of economics, and wealth center definition of economics. In our coming lectures, we are going to study the different type of definitions which has been given by the different economics. In our coming lecture, we will study welfare definition of economics, scarcity definition of economics, and growth definition of economics. This lecture is very fruitful for all the students of 9th class and 10th class as well as in 11th class of ISC board and 11th class of CBSE students. So students, please be careful while listening the videos, and if you are having any problem, comment me, I'll reply you. So now let us start our video. Economics is divided into two parts, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics is a study of economics at individual, group or company level. Microeconomics focused on the individual actions within the economy like businesses, workers, household. Macroeconomics, on the other hand, is the study of a national economy as whole. It focuses on broad issues such as growth, development, unemployment, inflation, trade balance. Microeconomy and macroeconomy are not different subjects but are rather complementary perspective on the overall subject of the economy. So we can say microeconomics is the study of individual economic unit of an economy. It deals with individual income, individual price, individual output. Its main tools are demand and supply. Whereas macroeconomics is a study of economy as a whole and its aggregate. It deals with aggregates like national income, general price level, national output, and it helps to solve the central problem of full employment of resources in the economy. The origin of word economics is from the two Greek words oku, which means household, and noms, which means management. So, economics means the management of household. In the initial stage of the development of human civilization, economics was related only to the household management and its study. It study how a family can fulfill its requirement in best possible way with the limited resources. The term limited resources here means the money. It means the people are having unlimited money to fulfill their unlimited wants. As we know, our wants are unlimited, but we cannot fulfill all the wants in same time. So the important wants must be fulfilled first. So we can say that in earlier times the economics was related to the management of household. For the sake of convenience, let us take an example. Suppose there is a family A having an income of rupees 10,000 and 4 peoples are living in a family. All peoples are having different needs, but our means to fulfill these needs are very scarce. It means we are having only 10,000 rupees in a hand and we have to fulfill the needs of the 4 different peoples. In this situation, first we have to decide the more important needs and which cannot be postponed. So with this limited amount of resources, we first fulfill our important needs. So we can say It is a way how a family can fulfill its requirement in best possible way with a limited resources. As the resources are scarce, and we have to use this scarce resources in such a way so that we can derive the maximum satisfaction. But in modern terms, economics is not related to the management of the household, but it is related to the allocation of the resources and also the development of these resources. Nowadays, we can say that economics is a social science. Social means society. So it focuses on the behavior of the interaction of and different individuals in an economy. In other words, we can say economics is the social science that study the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Now, let us come to the wealth centered definition of economics, which has been given by the Adam Smith, who was the father of economics, whose famous book, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation, was published in 1976. He says that economics is a subject concerned with an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nation. In his definition, he has given an importance only to the wealth. In wealth, he includes only the material things. Material things are those things or goods which are physical in existence. Money, gold, silver, land, horses and cattle, and which are visible. And it ignores the non-material goods like service of doctors, service of teachers, service of barber, etc., which will later become on the biggest criticisms, because in the real world wealth is not created only by material goods, it can also be created by non-material goods, which he has totally ignored in his definition. Finally, he has given no place to the welfare. He has said that man has only born to do the economic activities, and he is not concerned with the welfare. He is a self-interest man or an economic man. Hence, it ignores the most fundamental concept, that is welfare. Again, there is another economist called J.B. Say, who said economics is a science which treats wealth. He also given an importance to the wealth. They have given in their definition first place to wealth and second place to the human being. They said wealth is only the source of human pleasure. A man which is wealthy is only happy. But their definition has been criticized by the Professor Marshall, who is the famous economist. He said that wealth is only the means and not to an end. The human beings are not for the wealth, but the wealth is for the human being. And exactly, he said the right thing. So let us move to the characteristics of wealth definition. First characteristic is a study of wealth. According to the wealth definition, economics is the study of wealth. Hence, it deals with production, consumption, exchange, and distribution. Now, in economics, all these things are called economic activities. Man can earn the wealth by performing these economic activities. Second, only material commodities. As I have already told you that this definition expresses the feeling that economics constitute only material commodities while it ignores all the non-material goods. But in practical world, these non-material goods can also earn wealth. Third, causes of wealth. Economics is considered as a study of cause of wealth accumulation which brings economic development. Hence, wealth can only increase with increase in the production of material goods only. He said, in order to bring in prosperity in the nation, the economy produce more and more commodities, and by producing more and more material goods, it can only increase their wealth. Fourth, huge stress on wealth. The main aim of an economy is to become rich, hence it gives more stress on wealth, not anything else. Said that the sole purpose of any economy is to earn more and more wealth, but economy is not only concerned with earning more and more wealth, it is also concerned with the welfares of the people. Fourth, economic man. Wealth definition is based on man who is always self-centered and self-interest in nature. Self-interest leads to material gains. Thus, such a man is known as economic man. He says that the only main and the sole purpose of economic end is to do the economic activities and to focus on how he can earn more and more wealth, and to see by producing which commodities he can increasing his wealth. Now let us move toward the criticisms of these definitions. The well definition has number of defects. Economics like Morris, Marshall claim it a rubbish definition. So first criticism is that it is a materialistic concept. So according to well definition, wealth is the sole end of all the human being. However, in reality, wealth is not an end in itself. It is only a means, and that too one of many means for man's happiness and welfare. Thus, this definition was rejected. Second criticism is his definition is ambiguous. The well definition is ambiguous, that is, its meaning is not clear. In earlier days, when this definition was written, wealth only means all those material goods which have an exchange value, like money, gold, silver, and which are visible. However, it ignores the non-material goods like service of doctor, washerman, because during those periods, barter system was there. Now, what is a barter system? Barter system is such system in which the needs of people are fulfilled by exchanging two commodities with each other. Third, narrow concept. This definition claims wealth as only subject matter of economics. Hence, it ignores the most fundamental concept, that is welfare. The definition is therefore incomplete and narrow. Concept of economic man. Smith's definition is based on the concept of economic man. Marshall and Pigou believe that economic men who work for selfish ends alone is not found in real life. In practical life, man's activities are not only influenced by the selfish motives, but also by the moral, social, religious factors. So in this way, we can say that his definition emphasizes only on more and more production. Only the more and more produced goods can earn the wealth, and he emphasizes the production and growth of wealth as a subject matter of economics. So in our coming lectures, we are going to study the different definitions. In our next lecture, we are going to study the welfare definition, which has been given by the Marshall. I hope you understood the lecture. If you are having any problem, please feel free to contact me either individually or collectively. I'll reply. So that's it for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.